to Endeavour's monthly GK Capsule. In this video, we would cover important events that have taken place in the duration from 25th of August to 25th of September. This covers a wide range of topics like awards and recognition, persons and places in news, national as well as international news, news from the field of economy, business, commerce, sports, and technology. So let's begin the video. Two prestigious awards were presented this month. The first is Saraswati Samman 2016. Prominent Konkani writer Mahabaleshwar Sail was presented with the Saraswati Samman for the year 2016. It is an annual literary award presented by K.K. Birla Foundation to an Indian writer working in any of the 22 official languages. The first recipient of the award was famous Hindi writer Harivansh Rai Bachchan in 1991. The second award is the Plus Alliance Prize 2017. Infosys co-founder N.R. Narayan Murthy and Mumbai-born scientist Veena Sahajwala from the University of New South Wales were conferred with the inaugural edition of Plus Alliance Prize. The Plus Alliance Prize is a prestigious honor that recognizes research innovation and leadership in solving significant global issues. Let's move on to persons and places in news. This month saw the demise of India's oldest serving military officer and hero of the 1965 war, Arjun Singh. Also, there were appointments made at two key positions in the government. Let us look at these people. One of India's most celebrated soldiers and the only Marshal of Indian Air Force, Arjun Singh, died of cardiac arrest at the age of 98. He became the Chief of Indian Air Force in 1964 when he was only 44 years of age, and exhibited exemplary leadership in 1965 war with Pakistan. In 2002, he became the first and only officer of the Indian Air Force to be promoted to 5-star rank as Marshal of the Indian Air Force, a post which is equivalent to the Army rank of Field Marshal. Apart from that, Mr. Rajiv Maharishi and Mr. Y.C. Modi were appointed as Comptroller and Auditor General and Director General of National Investigation Agency respectively. Rajiv took over as the 13th CAG of India. Under this designation, he would be responsible for auditing the accounts of union government, state governments and public sector undertakings. The CAG is an important post as some of the most famous corruption scams during previous governments were unearthed by CAG through its audit reports. Senior IPS officer Y.C. Modi was appointed as the Director General of National Investigation Agency or the NIA. NIA is the Central Counter-Terrorism Agency of India. It was established after Mumbai terror attack in 2008. Mr. Y.C. Modi's appointment becomes significant as NIA is currently investigating some high-profile cases like Malegaon bomb blast case involving Sadhvi Pragya Thakur and Lieutenant Colonel Purohit, and Kashmir terror funding case involving separatist leaders like Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq, and Yasin Malik. And the place that made news headlines this month was the under-construction capital of Andhra Pradesh. Amravati is likely to be the first Indian city to implement Hyperloop project. Andhra government has signed a MOU with American research company Hyperloop Transportation Technologies to develop a futuristic transportation system based on the Hyperloop concept envisioned by Elon Musk. Hyperloop is proposed to be introduced between the city centers of Vijayawada and Amravati. It will cover the distance of over 35 kilometers in only 5 minutes. If we move on to national news, the biggest news is that of cabinet reshuffle. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a major cabinet reshuffle in the beginning of September. With this cabinet reshuffle, there will now be 76 ministers in the Council of Ministers, up from 73. In this reshuffle, 9 new ministers were included in the Council of Ministers, while 32 ministers underwent a change in their portfolios. The most remarkable among them is the appointment of Nirmala Sitharaman as the new Defence Minister, making her the first woman after Indira Gandhi to hold the Defence Ministry. Other important changes are Suresh Prabhu was removed from Railway Ministry and given the Commerce Ministry. Piyush Goyal is the new railway minister. He will also continue to serve as the Minister of Coal. The charge of Ministry of Water Resources and Ganga Rejuvenation was taken away from Uma Bharti and given to Nitin Gadkari. Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod was appointed as the new sports minister in place of Vijay Goyal. Continuing the trend of passing landmark judgments, this month also a CBI court pronounced Dera Sacha Sauda chief Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh guilty of raping 2 women. The court announced a jail term of 20 years and a total fine of Rs 30 lakhs on the guilty. The sentence was delivered by a special CBI judge, Jagdeep Singh. The international news section this month was dominated by Doklam conflict between India and China, Rohingya conflict involving Myanmar and few other news. In a major victory for Indian diplomacy, 70 days old Doklam border standoff finally ended after both the countries agreed upon withdrawing their troops from the region. The dispute began in June 2017 after the Indian Army stopped the construction of a Chinese road in Doklam near the tri-junction of Nepal, Bhutan and Sikkim. India maintained that the construction of a road by China so close to the border can be a threat to India's security. Interestingly, the solution to this conflict was achieved just days before Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to China. Prime Minister Modi visited China to attend the BRICS summit on 3rd September. India's External Affairs Ministry launched Operation Insaniyat in Bangladesh to provide humanitarian assistance to Rohingya refugees fleeing from Myanmar. The Rohingya people are a Muslim minority from Rakhine State in Myanmar. There were an estimated 1 million Rohingya living in Myanmar. As of September 2017, nearly half of them have fled to other countries. United Nations is very critical in Myanmar government's stand on Rohingyas. Under Operation Insaniyat, India will distribute relief material to the affected Rohingya population. In a news from USA, Hurricane Harvey struck the coast of Texas and Louisiana. The hurricane is likely to be the most expensive weather disaster in the history of USA, with a total loss from it reaching to $190 billion or almost 1% of the US GDP. The effects of the storm are expected to ripple across the country, impacting everything from food and gas prices to shipping costs and jobs. In the news from business and economy sphere, Dara Khusro-Shahi has been named as the new CEO of Uber. Before this, he was serving as CEO of travel company Expedia Incorporation. He succeeds Travis Kalanick, Uber's co-founder, who was expelled as the CEO in June 2017 after shareholders asked him to resign amid growing concern over his failure to address workplace culture issues like sexual harassment. Right after his appointment, the first major crisis that Dara faced was the rejection of Uber's operating license by Transport Authority of London on the basis of doubtful corporate governance records in recent times. In a corporate development closer home, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, or BPCL, is set to get the status of Maharatna company. So far, BPCL was a Navratna organization. Maharatna, Navratna and Mini Ratna are the categorizations of public sector undertakings. BPCL is a big Indian oil and gas company. It is ranked 358th on the Fortune Global 500 list of world's biggest corporations. RBI made some important moves in this month. It introduced 2 new denomination banknotes of Rs 200 and Rs 50. The Rs 200 note is bright yellow and has an image of Sanchi Stoop on the reverse. Rs 50 has fluorescent blue color base. The note bears the motif of Humpy on the reverse. Along with that, RBI has also released its 2017 list of the domestic systematically important banks. These banks are considered to be important for the stability of the entire financial system, and their bankruptcy can have a cascading impact on the entire financial system and the economy of the country. This year, HDFC Bank has been the new inclusion in this list. With this, now RBI recognizes 3 banks in India as DSIBs, namely SBI, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. September was the month of the annual BRICS summit. This time, the summit was held at Xiamen City in China. The leaders of all 5 BRICS nations attended the summit. India was represented by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Similarly, Brazil was represented by President Michel Temer, China by President Xi Jinping, Russia by President Vladimir Putin, and South Africa by President Jacob Zuma. The main theme of the summit this year was BRICS, Stronger Partnership for a Brighter Future. In a significant move, the leaders also strongly condemned terror groups, especially the Pakistan-based groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Haqqani Network, Jaish-e-Mohammed for the first time ever. The field of sports witnessed dramatic event in badminton involving PV Sindhu and expected victories of Rafael Nadal in US Open and Cristiano Ronaldo in UEFA Best Player event. Nozomi Okuhara of Japan defeated PV Sindhu to win the World Badminton Championship on 28th of August. Saina Nehwal also won a bronze in the same event. However, in a dramatic comeback, on 17th September, PV Sindhu defeated the Japanese Nozomi Okuhara in the finals of Korean Open Super Series Badminton, extracting her sweet revenge. In US Open Tennis, Rafael Nadal defeated Kevin Anderson of South Africa in the final. In women's singles category, Sloane Stephens of US defeated Madison Keys to win the trophy. Another development from tennis is the release of a book authored by the Russian tennis star Maria Sharapova. The book is titled Unstoppable: My Life So Far, Maria Sharapova. She was the highest paid female athlete in the world for 11 consecutive years. She failed a drug test at the 2016 Australian Open and was sentenced to 15 months of suspension. In football, Cristiano Ronaldo won the 2016-17 UEFA Men's Player of the Year award. The award is given to the footballer playing for a football club in Europe. Ronaldo plays for Real Madrid. He is the first and the only player to win the award 3 times as well as twice in a row. There were mixed news received from the field of science and technology. The navigation satellite IRNSS-1H launched by ISRO was unsuccessful. ISRO chairman A.S. Kiran Kumar confirmed the news. This was a part of a satellite navigational system being developed indigenously by India to rival the systems like GPS of the US and Beidou of China. ISRO will try to relaunch the satellite again in a couple of months. A positive news that came from the field of defense technology is that Union government has started the indigenous production of Light Combat Helicopter LCH named Dhruv. Bangalore-based Hindustan Aeronautical Limited would be responsible for the design, development and manufacture of these LCHs. Further, Google launched its digital payment app called Tez in India. The app is powered by Unified Payment Interface (UPI). It is a system that powers multiple bank accounts into a single mobile application. The system was launched by National Payments Corporation of India and is regulated by RBI. Tez will compete with other popular mobile wallets in India, like Paytm. With this, we've come to the end of this video. Kindly drop in your suggestions in the comment box. Do also watch our other GK capsules. Happy learning!